Tonight, the Galveston County judge issuing a disaster declaration for the area's oyster industry.
A surge of fresh water into the bay from recent floods has decimated the oyster population and devastated the industry.
Yeah, our Matt Doherty is in San Leon tonight with the story. Matt?
It's hard to believe, but it took only a few weeks of rain to nearly wipe out all of the oysters in Galveston Bay. It'll take years for their numbers to come back. It doesn't really matter where the rain falls. Once the skies have cleared, all of that water winds up here, flowing into Galveston Bay, then on to the Gulf. But that much water all at once can be fatal.
It's deadly to oysters. When you get that amount of fresh water, they're resilient creatures, but there's only so much they can take.
Rez Halili is the vice president of Prestige Oysters,
One of the largest oyster companies in the country,
which is based here in San Leon. It's where they shuck, sell, and ship oysters to the rest of the U.S. by the truckload. Out in the water are their oyster reefs.
We had, tremendous amounts of multi-generations of oysters here in Galveston Bay, and to go out there and see them all pretty much wiped out within a few weeks, it's tough.
The problem is that oysters can only survive in brackish water, the delicate mix of salt water and fresh that under normal conditions, Galveston Bay is able to provide. But the persistent rainstorms and floodwater has thrown off that perfect balance to the point that the bivalves are dying and there's no way to help them.
$5 million worth of inventory that we lost here in Galveston Bay.
It's an expensive problem, which is why Galveston County Judge Mark Henry issued a disaster declaration for the local oyster industry at the start of this month. The county judge's office told us today the declaration will hopefully bring federal funding to the industry that suddenly found itself underwater. Rez says Galveston Bay's oyster industry is often overlooked, but for this crisis, the federal assistance is necessary. Not only for the oyster devotees, but also for the ecosystem as a whole.
They provide life for other creatures, they filter water, they clean our bay systems, and then they're our first barrier to coastal erosion.
In San Leon, I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.